Welcome to our Hong Kong Brief program. Today, we have some pressing news regarding the alarming rise in student suicides reported by Hong Kong's largest suicide prevention group, Samaritan Befrienders. With 10 cases logged since the term began, compared to 6 last year, there's an urgent call for enhanced crisis intervention and mental health support in schools. The teenage suicide rate has reached a decade high, prompting discussions on how to better support our youth during these challenging times. In lighter news, Hong Kong residents woke up to a frosty surprise as the city experienced its coldest day of winter, with temperatures plummeting to just 13 degrees Celsius. The strong northeast monsoon has made it feel even chillier, especially in exposed areas. But fear not, as warmer weather is on the horizon, with temperatures expected to rise in the coming days. So, grab your warmest coat and enjoy the winter wonderland. Lastly, we have exciting health news as Hong Kong could soon be among the first to receive a groundbreaking eye drop treatment for diabetic macular edema, which is currently in Phase 3 trials. This innovative alternative to invasive injections could revolutionize treatment for many patients. With the potential for regulatory approval looming, we're keeping our fingers crossed for a successful launch. Please stay tuned for more detailed coverage on these stories. South China Morning Post reports that the rising number of student suicides in Hong Kong has alarmed mental health advocates, particularly as the new school term begins. Samaritan Befrienders Hong Kong noted a troubling increase in suicides among pupils, with 10 cases recorded this year compared to 6 last year during the same period. The organization has received over 240 requests for help from youths under 18 in the first 10 months of 2024 alone. Executive Director Angie Chan Hu Yuan highlighted the stigma surrounding mental health issues as a significant barrier to seeking help, noting that many students fear being labeled as irresponsible or being hospitalized. The teenage suicide rate has reached a decade high, prompting the government to implement a 3-tier emergency response mechanism to identify at-risk students and provide timely intervention. South China Morning Post also shared that Hongkongers experienced the coldest day of winter so far, with temperatures plummeting to 13 degrees Celsius in urban areas, and even lower in mountainous regions. The strong northeast monsoon contributed to this chilly weather, which prompted the local meteorological authority to advise residents to dress warmly during outdoor activities. As temperatures dipped below 6 degrees on Tai Mo Shan, the city's highest peak, the forecast indicated a warming trend starting Monday, with sunny weather expected to bring temperatures back up to around 20 degrees. South China Morning Post further highlighted the potential for Hong Kong to be among the first locations to utilize a groundbreaking treatment for diabetic eye disease. The Swiss startup Oculis Holding is conducting Phase 3 trials for OCS-01, an eye drop designed as a non-invasive alternative to the painful injections currently used to treat diabetic macular edema, DME. With a significant portion of the diabetic population in Hong Kong potentially benefiting from this new treatment, early results from trials show promise in improving vision without the risks associated with injections. The company aims to secure regulatory approval by 2026, with Hong Kong positioned as a key market for this innovative therapy in Asia. South China Morning Post highlights the concept of brain rot, a term that has sparked debate among parents and educators in Hong Kong. This phenomenon symbolizes a youthful rebellion against the pressures of an overly competitive society, where students feel overwhelmed by academic demands and societal expectations. A sixth grader's humorous explanation of brain rot reflects a growing sentiment among young people who are disenchanted with the world their elders have created, leading them to express their disaffection through irony and cultural trends like the lie flat movement in mainland China. As the older generation grapples with fears for their children's future, it's crucial to understand that this new form of rebellion is not merely a dismissal of responsibility, but a coping mechanism for navigating a complex and often harsh reality. In a separate commentary, Charmaine Poon addresses the recent conviction of former Hong Kong lawmaker Chim Pui-chung and his son for fraud, emphasizing the erosion of trust in public institutions. This case serves as a stark reminder of the ethical obligations public officials hold and the critical need for accountability in governance. Poon calls for a collective commitment to uphold integrity within the political system, urging that such breaches of trust should galvanize efforts to reinforce oversight mechanisms. The implications of this case resonate beyond individual misconduct, reflecting a broader concern about the integrity of public service and the necessity for transparency in maintaining public confidence. Nikkei Asia reports on the struggles of the Japanese noodle chain J Foods in Hong Kong amid a retail downturn. With many locals opting to shop and dine in neighboring Shenzhen for better prices, J Foods is pivoting its strategy to emphasize its authentic Japanese offerings. The reopening of a refurbished branch in Tsim Sha Tsui aims to attract customers by showcasing popular menu items from Japan, such as the trending tamago cake men. Despite the challenges posed by declining domestic consumption and a competitive market, Hasegawa, the managing director, remains hopeful about the future of Hong Kong's dining scene while acknowledging the need for resilience in the face of ongoing economic pressures. South China Morning Post reports that Britain has officially joined the Comprehensive and Progressive Agreement for Trans-Pacific Partnership, CPTPP, marking its largest post-Brexit trade deal. This agreement, which includes countries like Japan, Australia, and Canada, is expected to enhance Britain's global trade connections and reduce tariffs with 8 of the existing members. While the deal may only contribute about 0.1% to Britain's GDP, it offers strategic advantages, allowing the UK to influence potential new members like China and Taiwan. The CPTPP, originally born from a US-backed initiative, aims to counter China's economic influence in the region, and Britain's participation signifies a shift towards strengthening ties in the Asia-Pacific area. In a different realm, the South China Morning Post highlights the enchanting transformation of Cartier's boutique in Causeway Bay, which has been redesigned to reflect Hong Kong's vibrant culture. The newly refurbished store, unveiled in December, features a duplex layout inspired by local architecture and nature, showcasing elements like traditional junk boat sails and cherry blossoms. Visitors are greeted by themed areas, including the Feminine Universe and Prestige Universe, which display high jewelry collections and unique artistic collaborations. This holiday season, the boutique will dazzle with Parisian landmark decorations and interactive experiences, such as a live portrait wall, bringing a touch of magic to luxury shopping. The South China Morning Post also delves into the burgeoning bespoke woodworking scene in Hong Kong, where skilled artisans are reviving traditional craftsmanship amidst a modern market. With a rich history in timber work, local woodworkers are now creating custom furniture and unique wood objects, often utilizing salvaged materials. The article profiles several workshops, including Kutu Woodworking Studio, which emphasizes sustainability and community engagement, and Hardwood HK, where innovative designs meet traditional techniques. The resurgence of woodworking reflects a growing appreciation for bespoke craftsmanship, as these artisans blend historical methods with contemporary aesthetics to carve out a niche in Hong Kong's creative landscape. South China Morning Post reports that U.S. President-elect Donald Trump has appointed Richard Grenell, his former intelligence chief, as the presidential envoy for special missions. Grenell, who previously served as the ambassador to Germany and was involved in peace negotiations between Serbia and Kosovo, will focus on pressing global issues, specifically targeting adversaries like North Korea and Venezuela. Trump's announcement hints at a potential shift in diplomatic strategies, as he has expressed interest in direct talks with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, despite North Korea's dismissal of Biden's outreach. The backdrop of these developments includes Trump's previous harsh sanctions against Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro, whom he labeled a dictator. In another piece from the South China Morning Post, the cultural influence of Taiwan over mainland China is explored, particularly in light of the recent passing of Taiwanese writer Chiang Yao. Her works, such as My Fair Princess, were immensely popular in the late 1990s and early 2000s, capturing the hearts of millions on the mainland. However, the article highlights a shift in cultural dynamics, indicating that Taiwanese pop culture has struggled to maintain its appeal in recent years due to political and social changes. This decline is attributed to the rise of nationalism in mainland China, increased censorship of Taiwanese content, and Taiwan's own cultural indigenization, which has distanced it from its shared Chinese heritage. The article illustrates how the once thriving cross-strait cultural exchange has diminished significantly. Lastly, the South China Morning Post highlights the rising number of births among Hongkongers in England and Wales, a trend that coincides with the introduction of the British National, Overseas, Visa Scheme. In 2023, over 2,120 babies were born to parents from Hong Kong, marking a record high since the scheme's launch in 2021. This surge contrasts sharply with the overall declining birth rates in England and Wales, which hit a near 50-year low. However, many Hong Kongers face challenges in the UK due to high childcare costs, which hinder their ability to enter the workforce, particularly affecting women. A think tank report indicates that these families often lack information about local childcare options and struggle with financial pressures, underscoring the complexities of adapting to a new life while navigating the responsibilities of parenthood. South China Morning Post highlights the stark contrast in tourism recovery between Hong Kong and other Asian cities like Singapore, Tokyo, and Seoul. While global tourism is rebounding, with 1.1 billion international arrivals recorded in 2024, Hong Kong's numbers remain disappointing, heavily reliant on visitors from mainland China. With projections indicating that tourist arrivals will not meet the Hong Kong Tourism Board's target of 46 million, the city faces an urgent need to diversify its tourist base. Campaigns like the criticized Night Vibes initiative have failed to create lasting appeal, emphasizing the necessity for a comprehensive strategy that focuses on authentic, immersive experiences rather than fleeting gimmicks. The article suggests that Hong Kong should draw inspiration from other cities that have successfully redefined their tourism strategies. For example, Tokyo's charm lies in its hidden gems and walkable neighborhoods that encourage exploration, while Singapore has transformed itself into a vibrant destination by promoting multiculturalism and urban greenery. The author emphasizes that Hong Kong must leverage its unique strengths, such as its culinary heritage and diverse neighborhoods, to create distinctive experiences that attract a broader range of international tourists. Enhancing walkability and integrating green spaces into the urban landscape are essential steps for making the city more appealing to visitors. In the realm of sports, South China Morning Post reports on French squash player Victor Crouin's insights regarding the upcoming Los Angeles Olympics in 2028. Crouin, who recently faced off against Egypt's top player Ali Farag in a nail-biting semifinal, believes that strategic scheduling and fewer tournaments leading up to the Games could help European players close the gap with their Egyptian rivals. He acknowledged the need for a balance between training and competition, emphasizing that a well-planned approach will be crucial for achieving peak performance. As Crouin reflects on his experiences and the lessons learned from tough matches, he remains optimistic about the future of squash in Europe and the potential for success in the Olympic arena. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.
Rise and fall, traitors bleed, our cause. Battle is wrong, still and fight, wonders sweat, endless night, stubborn and surge, shadows bled, rise of empires no end. Dragons realm, blood and steel, screams unheard, prophets real, in boardrooms cold, fortunes made. Workers' fate in the shade. Curtsy war, silent fight, cradles burn like a night. Through the smog, the ugly economic power, move the steam, contract sign, trails deep, backroom deals, thoughts asleep, fight bombs echo, greed's insatiable cry. In this mental wasteland, dreams die. Like a sweat, endless night, stubborn surge, shadows bled, rise of empires no end. Dragons realm, blood and steel, screams unheard, prophets real, in boardrooms cold, fortunes made, workers' fate in the shade. Curtsy war, silent fight, cradles burn like a night. Through the storm, the ugly economic power, move the sea. Curtsy war, silent fight, cradles burn like a night. Through the storm, the ugly workers' fate in the shade. Curtsy war, silent fight, cradles burn like a night. Through the smog, the ugly economic power moves the sea. Contract sign, betrayals deep, backroom deals, folks asleep, and bombs echo, bleeds insatiable cry. In this mental wasteland, dreams die. Contract sign, betrayals deep, backroom deals, vultures sleep, and bombs echo, bleeds insatiable cry. In this mental wasteland, trees die. Rising seas, ancient law, ancient built, unpaid and law. In the east, the dragon sleeps, waste to gutter, season's key.